I am not a certified trainer of STATA, but whatever I know is based on my experience over the past 4 years of PhD. I have learned by doing and from my mistakes. So I hope you'll also, I mean, this will be the same with you. As a part of this workshop, I will be introducing you to the essentials of the software, which I believe will be sufficient for carrying out a preliminary analysis of your data. So you must all be aware of the software. So here I will not spend time in giving a formal description of the software. I just like to mention one good side of this software, which is that it is quite user friendly and it is quite flexible. All you need to have at your disposal is the data set, and then you are just good to go with it. But this software comes at a cost, which is that it is not free of cost, so it's really expensive. I have already sent you 2 data sets, and these data sets are available in the public domain, and they are known as the Ulrich data sets. So you'll find lots of applications of this software in the econometrics textbook by Jeffrey Ulrich. So after the workshop gets over, I will be sending you a few materials for reference. So without wasting any more time, let us get started. And if you feel that you are stuck at any point during the presentation, please feel free to interrupt me, okay? And you might also put your queries in the chat box. While presenting, I may not be able to keep track of the queries, but maybe Archita will take care of that. So is that fine with you, Archita?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I would suggest you to directly raise your hand and ask me the question. Okay, so let us get started then. I will now share my screen with you. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Now I can see. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the version of STATA that I have in my laptop. And these are the data sets, okay? So let me start from the scratch. So when you open STATA, you will have an interface like this. So basically at the bottom you will have the command window. So here what you need to do is you will have to type the commands, okay? And any result will be displayed in this table, in this particular table. So this is the results window, this is the command window, and then on the right hand side of this software, you'll have the data, you'll have the variables that is visible. And on the left hand side, I mean, this will just reiterate what you type in the command. So before you do anything, you will need to have the ingredients, okay, to execute anything. So you have to load a data set. Now there are 2 ways by which you can load data in STATA. So one is the default one, which is the one that is compatible with STATA. So let me just open this data set, the saving data set. So I would suggest all of you to open this data set and let me know if you are done. Are you able to follow me?
Can you please repeat?
Yeah, I will repeat, sure. So I'm closing STATA. I will again open it. See, this is the software. Yes. So this is how it appears once you open STATA. Now, before doing anything, you will need to load the data set. So there are two ways of getting access to the data. One is that you go to file. There is a file menu at the top left corner. So there is the file, then open, click on open. Once you click on open, see there are different types of file, but then there are different types of files, okay, but then the one that is compatible with this software is the DTA format file. So it goes by the DTA. So once you click on this, you'll have access to the data sets that are computer. So for this workshop, I will be using the saving data sets. I click on it and I click on open. Now it gets loaded, okay. Are you able to follow now?
Yes, Pallavi, we actually have STATA 17 and we are not able to find any data sets there.
No, like you must have got a mail. Archita has sent you a mail, I guess. Download those data sets, okay?
Okay, we'll do that.
I just
Yeah,
shared
once you
the
download,
datasets
then
again in
it
the.
will.
I just shared the datasets again in the chat. If everybody could
Yes,
check.
yes. Yeah. So when you download the dataset initially, it will be stored in the download folder. Okay, but it will be visible to you. Is it fine now?
Yes.
Okay, so if anyone of you is being stuck at this point, please let me know.
Excuse me, which file we have to select?
This goes with the name of saving.dta. Saving.dta. So this is the link, I guess, Tulika. I have shared the link with you, okay, in the chat box.
Pallavi, you can continue all the queries and all I'll be handling.
Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, this is the first step. I have loaded the data. Now see, whatever you will be doing, you'd like to save your commands, right? So again, there are two ways of doing it. So just go to the file menu. So there will be a file called the log file. Okay, so just follow me. Click on the file menu, go to log, and then click on begin. Okay, then the window will ask you to save the data in some format, and this log file goes with the extension of .log. So you click on this. Okay, now you can name your data, I mean name the log file as you wish. So I will just save it with the following name. Yeah. So now what the task of this log file is that whatever commands you type, whatever you do, all will be saved in this log file. So next time when you open the log file, you can simply copy paste the commands from the log file onto this particular window. Are you able to follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now, I mean, till the time you keep it open, it will be open. If you want to close it, you again go to the file menu, click on log, and then there will be the option of close. Since it's in the begin mode, so you will have the close mode, I mean next time. So you can just close it, but you don't want to close the log file now. So let us just stick to the begin mode. So whatever you do, it will get stored here. So this is one way of storing your commands and all. So there is another way. Go to this window, go to the window tab on the right hand side, click on the do file editor. So this is the new do file editor. So you will have a window like this. So this is almost similar to the log file, but then the difference is that it goes with the extension of .do. So here also whatever commands you type, like I mean you can save all your commands here, but there is an important difference. In log file, whatever you type, that will get automatically recorded, but when you open the do file, you will have to copy paste the command from this window, I mean from this window to the to the do file. I will just show it to you. Now we will want to save this do file in with some name. So click on file, click on save as, and it is already in .do extension, and if it is not in .do extension, you will have to select this one only, .do. Now give some name. So I am giving this name, saving do file. Now save. Now see, it gets a name of its own. So is it fine now?
Can you do it once more?
Yes, yes, I will do it. So let me close this do file. You go to the window tab on the right hand side. Click on window, click on this do file editor, then click on new do file editor. Okay, so this window appears before you. Now click on file, because you want to save this file, right? Because while you will want to run this, because the next time when you open the do file, I mean you will just want to repeat the commands that you have stored already. So go to file, click on save as, give a name, because I have already given this name, so I will stick to this. Save. Now it is asking me this question, Do you want to replace it? I will click on yes because I want to get it stored in the same name, okay? So yeah. Are you able to follow me now?
Guys, are you able to follow what Pallabi is like saying and doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I am opening another do file because yesterday I have practiced for you. So these are some of the commands that I will be taking you through the workshop. So I will keep it open from my end. Yeah, so this is the do file that we are going to work with. Yeah. Now you can go to data because as you can see the variables are being displayed here in this right hand side. Now you'll want to have a look at the data, like how they look. So you go to data, on the, this is on the third left side, then go to data editor. Okay, now you can browse it, you can have a look at this. Now this command, this window will appear. Here you can look at the data, the details of the data. So it's a data set with 100 observations, and the first row indicates the name of the variables that you have. Are you able to do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, now you have loaded the data set. So you want to do something, you will want to have a look at the nature of the variables. So for that matter, you click on describe. You type a command called describe. Okay. You can also go to the command window for typing or commands. Just wait. It's not there. You type describe and then click on enter. Now this table will give you the variables along with their nature. Okay. So these are the different variables. So this is the saving variable, this is the income variable, this is the family size, this is the education level, this is the age variable, this is the whether the individual is a black, black or otherwise, and this is the constant. This is the consumption variable. I will just click on this. Wait. Yeah, so this is the description of the data, because as I've already mentioned that this is available in the public domain. So this is a description on the nature of the variable. So this particular data is a data set with 100 observations on say on 7 variables. So as you can see, this is the annual savings in dollar, then annual income in dollar, then this is the family size, this is the years of education of the household head, this is the age of the household head, and black, so it's a dummy variable, it takes a value 1 if the household head is black and 0 otherwise. I will come to this after some time. And this is the annual consumption of the household in dollars. So is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to close it. Now you do one thing, you may also want to look at the distribution of the data, like how it looks, what is the mean of that variable, and so on. So you go to statistics. You can manually type the commands also, but the problem is that when you are starting for the first time, it is suggested to use the commands tab, okay, because there may be some mistakes in the syntax, or there can be other types of mistakes also. So to avoid any kind of error, you go to the statistics tab, and then you, whatever command you want to have, you just click on the particular command. So say for instance, you want to have a look at the summary statistics of the variables. So now you will have an option like this. So this is the window, this is the summarize window. Now it will ask you what variables you like to, like for what variables you like to have the summary statistics. So say for instance, we want to have it for the income variable, okay. I click on income. So this is the default. I will just stick to the default options here for the sake of simplicity. Click on OK. Now it will give a summary statistics of the income variable for you. So as you can see, this is the number of observations. So there are 100 number of individuals in this case. The mean of this variable is $9941, and this is the standard deviation. This is the mean. So the lowest value of income for this data set is 750, and the highest value is this one. So that way you get the descriptive statistics of the variables. Now you may also want to have the summary statistics for all the variables together. So you again go to the statistics tab, go to summary tables and test, then go to summary and descriptive statistics, and then go to summary statistics. Now it is giving you the option. See, variable then once you click on OK, you will get the statistics for all the variables together. So you have 100 number of observations, then these are the means, these are the standard deviations, these are the minimum and maximum value. And for this variable, this is black, this is a dummy variable, so it's an indicator variable which takes a value 1 if the household head is black and 0 otherwise. So for that purpose, I mean the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 1. So it has just two categories, 0 and 1. Okay, so it's a discrete variable, it's not continuous. So this is the task of the summarize command. Are you able to follow me till now? Oh, okay, I see a hand being raised. Okay. Okay.
Hi Pallavi, can you please repeat the the last one?
Okay, I will repeat. And yeah,
Yeah.
someone has a question again. I see a hand being raised. Okay, I will repeat. Okay. See, once you load the data set, you want to have a preliminary understanding of how the data looks like, the nature of the data. So you go to statistics. You go to this first option, summary tables and test. Then you go to summary and descriptive statistics, and then you go to summary statistics. So you will get this window. Then it will ask you what variables do you like to have the statistics for. So if you want to have the statistics for all the variables together at one go, you just leave this you just leave this space open, don't write anything, click on OK. Okay, click on OK, and then you get the summary statistics. So these are the number of observations. So this simply tells you how many observations for which you have data on savings or data on income, etc. Then you have the mean of these variables, you have the standard deviation, you have the minimum value and the maximum values of these variables. Okay, is it fine till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So there is a chat from Gobin Katiyar. He says, I'm unable to open the files with .dt extension. Can you just click on the link that has been shared in the chat box? Like you can install it now, but if you are unable to install it, then also I would suggest you to just just listen to me, okay? Like maybe afterwards you can download it and try on your own. Okay. Now see, all the commands that you type get stored in the log file. Now I will take you to the do file. Okay, I will take you to the do file. So here what you can do. See, I will just copy this command. I will copy it. I will go to the do file editor. Yeah, I will go to here and I will just copy paste it. Okay, I will just copy paste it. So you have to do it manually. Manually means you just copy paste it here. Now again I will copy some commands. Whatever you want to save for future use, you can store all the commands here. Then I will click on describe, suppose. I will again copy paste it here. Then let me click on this summarize command. So it's your choice, like whatever you want to store. I will now show you how this this do file works. So I will save it, okay, so that it does not get lost. Save. Now see. Now just forget about whatever you have done, just forget about it. Go to do file editor. You select this one, okay, you select this particular line. Now see, there are many tabs. There are many tabs on the window. Click on this tab. So here it says execute selection, do. So it is asking you whether you want to run this particular command. Yes, you definitely want to run this command. So you click on this one, execute selection, okay, click. Now let me see the window. Now see, it will again use the dataset for you. It will again load the dataset for you. So basically it works in the same way, like instead of clicking the command, instead of typing the command in the window, what you can do is you can first of all, like for the first time you stored all the commands in the like log file, then you can copy paste on the do file, and the second time when you open STATA for the second time, if you want to rerun the commands, then you just go to do file and you just click on the command that you want to run the execution and then you execute. Now click on describe, select this and click on execute selection.
Can you just show how to get do file editor? Because I just closed the window.
Okay, how to get the do file?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go to window. You go to window, then you just come to the last. Then there is something called the do file editor, and since you want to have a new do file editor, you click on this one. Then this type of window will appear before you. Okay, you can you can keep it as it is or you can name it also. Now you go to file, you click on save as, and then you give any name you want to. Like let me keep it at the default only. So it is untitled 2, save. So see, now it gets a name of its own. Is that fine?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So I'll just close this window because I'll not be using this. So yeah. See, I execute this describe, I select describe and I click on this execute button. Now it will do the command, it will do the task for me. See, I get a description of the variables. Okay, so this is the same, like basically whatever I have done before, like going to the the statistics tab. I again go to the do file, and this time I click on this summarize. I select this summarize, and then I click on execute selection. Click. Now see, it is giving me a summary statistics of the variables together. So like if I am to sum this up in one sentence, I would say that first of all you do it on your own. You go to the statistics tab, whatever you like to do, you do. The command will get stored in the log file. Now from the log file you copy paste the command in the do file. So the next time when you want to kind of rerun your program, you just click on the commands and then you execute, so that you don't have to do it manually in the second time. Now if you want to execute them together, you select all the commands, then click on this execute selection. Once you do this, STATA will do the task for all the commands together. See, it will, this is the result of the first command, like you use the data set, then you describe, and then finally you have the summarize command. So it will, whatever you select, STATA will execute the same thing for you. So this is the only difference between the log file and the do file. In log file, whatever you do will get stored, and you also the results will also be stored in the log file. But in case of the do file, you can only store the commands. Okay, so like if you are feeling lazy not to type the commands on your own or go to the syntax menu, you can simply select them and do the execution. So that's all about the do file. So are you able to follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the first step in while you load a data set. Now there's another way by which you can load the data set, as I've already mentioned. Now let me close this. Okay, I will close this, and I will just close the log file because I don't want it to like do it for now. So I'll close it. So when you close the log file, whatever you type, like you can again type summarize. Now you will get the results, but this will not be saved in the log file. Now I'll show you the log file that I have done. See, I open the log file. It will give you all the details, like the time when you open the log file, okay, then whatever you have executed. See, all these things are there. I will again open the log file to just show you one thing. Now see, again when you like open the log files for the second time, you click on this extension .log file. Now see, if you want to if you want to store your commands in the same log file, then you click on this one only, the one that you have already saved. You click on this, click on save, and then STATA will ask you this question: do you want to append to the existing file or do you want to replace it? Because I don't want to replace my file, I want to append. So whatever I did already, those things will be stored in the log file, and whatever I am going to do from now onwards, that will be added to the original file. So I click on this. So usually I do this for my work. So I click on OK. Now see, the log file will get opened. Okay, the log file will get opened, and whatever you do, like let me again click on this summarize. Now it will get added. Now the best part about the log file is that, like, this is one reason why you should have the log file, because suppose if you do any mistake, even the mistakes will be stored in the log file, so that it will serve as a reminder to you not to commit the same mistake. So let me just do some mistake now, silly mistake. It's a spelling mistake. Okay, I have put a single M. See, now get an error message. Command summarize is unrecognized because there's a spelling mistake. Now I click on this error. See, it gives me an error message. STATA failed to recognize the command, program, or edu file name, probably because of typographical or abbreviation error. Okay, because this is a wrong syntax that I have typed. Now I close the log file. Close. Okay. I close the log file, and then I will again open it. I open the log file, and then I will see like whether the commands that I have just ran gets appended to the original file. See, this is the last time that I close the log file, and this is the time when I have opened the log file and I have done this. Okay, I have executed the summarize command, and then I have clicked this one, summarize with the spelling mistake, and see the error gets saved here also. And now I have closed the log file. So that's how it works. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you have any queries regarding this one? Like till now, whatever I have explained? If you have any queries, then you can ask me, okay? Because I will move on to the next part. I think you don't have any queries, so I'll just move. Yeah. So there is another way by which you can load data into STATA. I will just close this STATA window. I will again open it for you. Desktop. Yeah, it's STATA 15. I click on STATA. Okay. So yeah, before I do anything, I will just begin the log file. Select on .log extension, then this one. Saving file, because this is what we have been, yeah, it's just append to existing file. Now see, now I want to load the same data set, but this time I would want to like have it from the Excel sheet. Okay, so I'll go to file, then I will click on import. Excuse me. See, there is this option, Excel spreadsheet. Click on this. Now click on this browse. Now know that I have already sent you the files in the Excel form. So you have that Excel dataset, right? So you click on this saving Excel. Click on open. Okay. Or should I repeat?
Yes.
Okay, I'll repeat, right? Okay. See, go to file. You want to load a dataset, but this time you want to open it from the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so you will import. You go to file, you come down and click on import. Then you'll have the Excel spreadsheet. Click on Excel spreadsheet. Then you have to type the name of the file with which you have the Excel spreadsheet. So go to browse. Then it will show you the available data sets in Excel form, because this is a saving data set. Click on this. I will click on this one. Then I will click on open. Okay. Open. I will okay. See, it is asking me the question, do you want to continue and lose unsaved data? Yes, because I have already opened it, so I'll get the same thing. Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let me go to data and see data. Like go to data editor, data browse. Yeah, now see, these variables are like they are coming like, they are marked in red. So these are called string variables. So variables are those for which so these are not in numeric form, and you cannot any command or you cannot execute anything on this data. Now why you get the error message, I will just show you. See, while you load the data set while you import the data from Excel, I click on this browse, I click on saving, open. Now see, there are two boxes here, okay. So the first time I did not click on any box, now I will do it. See, it is asking me the question, import first row as variable names, because in the data, the variable names are are being recorded in the first row. So you'll click on yes. You click on this one, you check this box and you click on OK. Click on yes. Now see, now if you note the difference, initially in the variables tab, you had like these variables appeared in the name of EFG like that, okay. And if you go to data, if you go to data editor and go to this data browser, now you see, now these variables are no longer in red color, they are in their numerical form. So when they are in this particular format, you can do it like you can run any command, you can execute anything, okay. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll show, like again I'll repeat this step. I go to file, I go to import Excel spreadsheet, I go to Excel spreadsheet, I load the same data set again, saving Excel, open. See, now I will keep it, like I will not tick it, okay. Okay, yes. See, now I go to data editor, I go to data this one browser and see now these variables. Now let me perform something. Let me summarize, okay. Say I want to summarize. Say I want to summarize this variable. Just click on A. See, nothing is coming. These are blanks. So why these are blanks? Because I have already told you these are in the string format. STATA does not recognize that these are in the numeric form. Since they are not in the numeric form to be recognized by STATA, you get no result for this. Now I will do the same thing on the I will do the correct thing now. Go to file, go to import, go to Excel spreadsheet, go to browse, go to this one, open. Now we click on this. Import first row as variable names. Now click on OK. Yes. Now see. Again go to data editor, go to data browse. Now see, you have the variables. The first row will denotes the name of the variables, and the remaining rows and columns, they are filled with the numeric values of the variables. Now we want to do something. I again summarize. I summarize this variable saving. Now see, now STATA will give you some result. Why? Because these are in the numeric form.
Please, if everybody could mute themselves.
Okay. Is it fine now? Are you able to follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah, fine. Now I'll just go to the same DTA file, because that will really not make any difference. Still, I would like to use it in the DTA format. Yes, I want to replace it, means like since I have done no changes to the data set, I will click on yes. So I have the data. Now I'll perform some other task. I will open the do file, because file. Now see, the next time when you want to open the do file, you don't have to go to window, because if you go to window, you will be given the option of opening a new do file editor, which you don't want. So what you will do is you go to file. There is an option called do. See, when you have the option of do, then you will be shown the available do files. So because for this workshop I was doing this one, so I'll click on this open. No, just click on open, then you'll have the do file. Don't go to do, just click on file, and then you will be shown the available, because all the STATA files are available. If you click on DTA, you will be shown the DTA files only. Okay, if you click on all, then you will be shown the do files. So just click on the one that you want to have. So I'll click on this one, saving log file, open. Now see. So this is the log file, I guess, or anything. Yes. So this is the do file that we had already used. I will open another do file here. Open. Yeah. Now say we want to like run some other commands as well. So now I'll show you how you can create variables from the existing variables. So here I will again type the summarize command. See. So you just have an idea of how the variables look. Now you may want to create some new variables from the existing ones. Say for instance, suppose I run this command, summarize income. So this is the minimum value, this is the maximum value. Now I summarize, say I summarize savings. So I am doing this individually for these variables. Summarize consumption. Okay. Now you go to data. Then you go to this one, create or change data. Okay, create or change data. Then you click on this one, create new variable. Okay, create new variable. Now suppose I want to create the following variable. I want to create a variable called per capita income. Okay, I will create this variable per capita income. Yes, I create this variable. Now if you click on OK, yes, see. Now since we are creating a new variable, I mean it cannot be just a blank variable, right? We have to create this variable using the other variable. So I click on this option, create. Now I want to create this variable per capita, say income. Now I can use different formulas. So basically per capita income is simply the income divided by the family size, because these are the number of people living in a household. So when you divide the income by this family size, you will get the per capita income. So what I do, I click on this. See, on the left side you will see you'll have different options. So you will have operators, you will have functions. So for this case I want variables. Okay, I want the variables. So I click on this. Now you'll have access to the available variables. So what you want to do is you want to use income here. So click on income. click on income. But since per capita income is simply income divided by consumption, sorry, income divided by family size, you use this sign, okay. So this is the division sign. Click on this and then you click on size. This is the family size. Okay. So now we have created this expression. Now we click on OK. Now I click on OK. Now see. Now you have a new variable called per capita income, which is nothing but income divided by size of the household. Now you want to have a look at the variable. Now this is a tabulate command, okay. You tabulate. You just want to have a look at the variable. Okay. Tabulate, then click on this one. Just click on this and it will be transferred here. Now see, it is giving you the list of per capita income for all the, for all the observations. So we have 100 number of observations. Okay, you have 100 number of observations. See. So since you are doing this for the first time, you have to go to the statistics window, the commands tab to create the variable. But if you want to do it the next time, then you can simply copy paste this command and just execute the selection. I will also want to have a look at the summary statistics. So I will type summarize and then I will click on this one, per capita income. Now see. The mean is 2605. Then this is the minimum value, this is maximum, and minimum is of course smaller because you have divided this with the family size. So are you able to follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you can also since I have the do file with me, so I can also generate per capita consumption. The same thing, I'll just execute it. See. This time I am not writing the command because I already have the command stored in my do file. I will just execute it. But you can for your case, you can just type. You can just type this command, or you can also go to data, then go to create or change data, create new variable, and exactly follow the same step here. Or you only need to replace the income variable with this consumption. Okay, CONS. Okay. Say per capita. So I'll use a different name now because I have already saved it as per capita consumption, CONS. So now I'll write it CONS too. Okay. So basically these are the same variables with the two different names. Now I'd like to summarize it. See, it is coming now. Now sometimes you might also want to drop some variables from your data sets. Okay, if you don't feel like you'll need those variables, you can just drop it. So you go to this one, you go here, go to data. See, you go to the same tabs, create or change data. Now this time you come down, and you see there is an option of drop or keep observations. Go to data, go to create or change data, then go downwards, then click on this drop or keep observations. Actually these are observations, it is asking me the question of if you want to drop any observations, but suppose I want to drop this particular variable, so I will simply type this one. I will simply type drop, and then I will click on the variable that I want to drop. See this one. Now I click on enter. Now see, this variable gets deleted. Okay.
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Okay, this one, this step.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see, sometimes you may want to drop certain variables from your data set or some say observations. Suppose I want to drop a particular variable from my data set. So what I will do, because there is no option of dropping variables like in this particular tab. See, if you go to drop, then it will ask you to drop or keep observations, because observations are simply the entries that you have for different households. So it's from say 1 to 100. So those are the observations, but there is no option of that will help you to drop the variables. So what I do is I just look at this. I look at this command drop. Okay, so I remember this command and I just type drop. I just type drop and then I click on the variable that I want to drop. Suppose I want to drop this one, per capita income. Then I click on enter. Now see, this variable is gone from the data set. I may also want to drop this one because I no longer need it. So I will drop it. See, now it is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will again I will again need this variable. So what I will do is, no, these are fine now. Now suppose I again summarize these three variables, summarize saving income and then say consumption. Okay. Now I want to generate a new variable, say call it, say I want to create a new variable called the log of income, so the logarithm of income. So I will again go to this data, I will go to this one, create or change data, then I will click on this, create new data. Now suppose I want to create the log of the following variable, suppose income. So I write this, I write log of income, then I will have to create some expression for this. I go to create. Now see this log of income, it can be created in the following way. You go to these options, so there will be operators, then there will be functions. Okay, now this is a function that I want, so I go to function, then there will be different options, but this is a mathematical function, so I click on this. And then I will have access to different functions that I want to use. So suppose I want to use this one, I want to use say this log. Okay, I will click on this log. Now so x is simply the default variable that have been used, but in our case we want to convert income variable into its logarithmic form. So I will write inc, because I know the name, I will write inc. Now I click on OK. Now I click on OK. Now see, now I get a new variable, log of income. I will tabulate this variable. I click on this and see. Now the like in many cases, like when you kind of write your research papers, this is a very this is a very frequent transformation that people usually do, because if you look at the income data, let me tab the income data for you. Tabulate income. Okay. Now if you look at the income data, see there is a huge variation in the data. It starts from $750, then it ends at some 32,080. So see, there is a huge variation in the data. So by logarithmic transformation, you can you can somewhat compress your data. Now see, when you go to the logarithmic form, there is not much difference among the observations. So it starts from say 6 point something and it ends at say 10 point something. Okay, so it's kind of compressed. So I will again summarize this one. When I summarize income, see the mean is 750, maximum is this one. But when I summarize this one, log of income, then see. Now see, mean is 9 point something. Then this is the minimum value, maximum value. Now see the difference. There is a huge variation in the data so far as this income variable is concerned. But once we take the log transformation, the variability gets reduced to a considerable extent. So is that fine with everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now you might also want to take the log of the other variables, but if you look at the data, wait, I will again summarize it for you. Summarize, say saving and consumption. Now see the minimum of this variable starts. I know they are negative numbers, so a logarithm is not defined for negative number or 0. It starts from 1. So suppose I want to do it. Suppose I go to data. I want to create data. Create a new variable. Suppose now I want to create this variable log of say log of consumption. Now I will not go to that expression because I already have this. I will only write CONS now. Now let's see what results data gives us. Okay, 2 missing values generated. Tabulate consumption. Yes, now see this one. If you note, out of 100 observations, there are 2 observations which has negative consumption. Okay, negative consumption. Now this logarithm is only defined for values equal to or greater than 1. So log of 1 is 0. It starts from that. So for this particular this negative numbers, missing values are generated because theta does not recognize. Okay, so you will have the this logarithm of consumption for the 98 observations only. So I will again summarize this for you. It's log of consumption. See, you have 98 observations, right? So those 2 observations for which we have negative consumption values are not recognized by STATA. So we have the results for this 98 observations only. So basically, whenever you do any log transformation, you convert the negative values to positive, okay, by adding something like positive numbers. So are you able to follow me till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You can also create other variables. Say for instance, you go to data, you go to this one, create new variable. Suppose you want to create square of the income variable. Suppose INC SQ UARE. I will create this. I will go to create. Then I click on this one variables because this is the variable I want to work with. So I click on income. I click on income and then I click on this one, this star, because star denotes multiplication. Okay, and then I again click on income. See, so my expression is ready. I click on OK and I click on OK. So STATA will generate a new variable for me, which is income square. Now I will summarize this one. I summarize this one and then I click on this one. Now see, minimum will be like, minimum is much higher now because earlier the minimum was right, just wait, income. Yes, see, so this is the square of income, so the minimum value, this 750 gets multiplied by itself, and we get this one. Similarly, this one multiplied by this one gives us this one. So it's basically the same commands that you can work with. Now let me move to the next part. Now, as I've already mentioned that when your data is in the string format, like when they appear in this red color, then STATA cannot perform any task. So I will show you, like using this data set only, I will convert some of the variables into string, and then I will show you. So I go to data, I go to create or change data. Now see, now this time I will go down, I will come to this other variable transformation commands. I go to this and then I click on this one. See, convert variables from numeric to string. Suppose I click on all the variables. Okay, let me just skip this one. I will. So I will, because I am converting these variables, I will. I just rename this variable. So let me just try with one variable. Saving. Suppose saving in the string format. Okay. Now see, I have a new variable called saving string. Now I will go to data. I will browse the data to look at how it looks. Now see this variable saving string. Now you see it appears in this red color. Okay, so these are not numeric anymore. And if suppose I want to do anything, like if I want to perform anything, I will summarize. I will try to summarize this one. I click on this and I click on enter. Now see, nothing is returned here. Okay, now what I will do, because I want to kind of see, while I do this, while I convert this to string, I will have the option. I will have the option of whether to retain the original variable or to kind of replace it. So I will again do this from numeric to string. No, this option is not there actually. Anyway, now go to data, go to create or change data, this one. Now what I'll do, so I have converted numeric to string. Now I'll do the opposite. I will convert variables from string to numeric. Now see, if you note properly, this is the only variable that is in the string format in the data. So I'll click on this. Okay, saving string. Now create new numeric variables named. It will ask you to give a name to this new variable. So I will write it saving. Suppose I will write it numeric. Okay, now I will click on OK. Now see. Now if you look at the data set, go to data editor, go to browse. Now see. Now you can see this. This is the original saving variable. This is the one that I just did it. Like I converted saving to the string format, in which case STATA cannot perform any operation. And finally, I have converted this string variable to the numeric form. If you notice, these are the same variables, like both in numeric form. These are the same values with just two different names, SAV and this one, saving numeric. So this is how we can convert string variables to numeric, because when you do some, like when you have access to some data, when in many data sets you will find this problem, because when the respondents record the data from the, I mean, when the enumerator records the data from the observations from the respondents, sometimes they will store the data in the string format. So when they are made publicly available to the researchers, they might have this problem, like they will encounter this problem for sure. So once you have access to this kind of information, all you need to do is you convert any string characters into numeric, which you feel like doing so. So is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, so far, like we have been working with the continuous variables. Now, let me do something with the categorical variable. So, if I tabulate this variable, so tabulate is simply like, you can also go to the commands window for this. Go to statistics. It is not there, I guess. I don't know if it is there. No, it's not there. Anyway, so I'll write tabulate. You can also write tab, okay? So that is a short form of this tabulate function. So you write tab. You click on black. As I have mentioned you, like this is a dummy variable. So this is a categorical variable with two categories. So one denotes the presence of black. So for those observations who are black, it is denoted by 1, and if the people are white or like it is denoted by 0. So 7% of the observations have are black, and the rest are the absence of black or like otherwise. So now suppose sometimes you might want to kind of categorize, I mean, recorder variable. So see here, black is like, for the absence of black you have 0, and for the presence of black you have 1. You might want to change these codes. I want to change 0 to 1, and suppose I want to rename 1 as 2. So this one, I'll go to data, I'll go to this one, then I go to other variable transformation commands. Now I'll go down and I'll click on this one, code categorical variable. Okay, now the click on the variable that you want to change the categories. In my case, I want to record this variable called black. Then require means what? Like you have to specify how you are going to record the variables. There are also some examples here, like sometimes you can also go through this one, like it will show you how to execute your execute your operation. Now I write bracket here. I want to 0 into 1. Okay, then I want to record 1 as 2. So I'll change to 1, and I'll change 1 to 2. Now I click on OK. Now 100 changes made. Now if I tab black, if I suppose tab black, you can see the difference now. Now the absence of black, it was initially denoted by 0. Now it is denoted by 1, and the presence of black, that was denoted by 1. Now it has been recorded to 2. So basically, I mean, they are the same thing, but I mean, this is just for the purpose of showing to you how we can do this. But in studies, actually, we prefer to stick to this particular format, because we want to denote the presence of something as 1, and we want to denote the absence of something as 0. Now, since I don't want to lose the original variables, I will again go to this data. I will again convert the variable into original. See. So it was black. Now what I'll do? Now I'll I'll just switch it. Okay, I'll write is 0, and I will write I think 2s1. Okay, I will click on OK. Okay, now it has been changed. Now I will tab it. I will tab black. Now see, I get hold of the original variable in the original format. I will now save this data set. Are you able to follow me, or if you have any doubt, you can ask?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, could you please repeat the last function, last command?
Okay, the record one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, go to data. You go to this one, create or change data. Then you come down and you click on this one, other variable transformation commands, and then you move slightly down and you click on this one, record categorical variable. So this black is a, here it is a categorical variable. Okay, it is a categorical variable, and you want to change, suppose for those people like for whom we observe 0, you want to change suppose 0 to 1. You just want to name it, and you want to change 1 to 2. Now you'll be having, if you click on this one, okay, then the original black variable will get recorded. Okay, but there are also some options where it will ask you like replace existing variable. If you click on this, then the black variable will get recorded as you have defined. But if you click on this one, then the original variable will stay in its position, and will have to generate another variable. Then, like suppose I name it as follows, black record. So once I do this, okay, then see, then the black variable will be in its place. Now I have a new variable, say tab. I have a new variable tab black record. See, now this 1, like this 0 has been transformed to 1, and this 1 has been transformed to 2. Okay, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay, fine. So I'll drop this variable because I don't want to
Pallavi, somebody had a question in the chat. Can we undo commands? You could just. Am I audible?
okay. Do you have any queries till now, or is it fine?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if so instead of like can we just undo commands instead of like when we are making new variables, just like for now?
Okay.
Is there an option to like undo them instead of like redoing everything?
Okay, so like you are asking about the commands, right? Like whatever have been done till now, you are asking about that?
Yeah, like if we make a mistake and we want to undo that thing, can we do it, or is it like we will have to
no, you cannot undo. Like, I mean, if you commit any mistake, I mean, as I've already mentioned, like that will be stored in the file, and when you do any mistake, I mean, you can always learn from that mistake. So if there is some mistake with the syntax, then probably I would suggest you to go to the command window and execute the commands. So you cannot undo, like you'll be doing it for the second time. Like first time you do some mistake, and the second time you do it correctly. So that's all.
Okay, and even if we done something but we want to undo it later, we can't, right? We have to like redo.
No, yes, of course you have to redo it. Like, I mean, that will not matter because you do some mistake. That will be there in the log file, and you recognize your mistake. You try to clarify it, and once you clarify it, when you do it for the second time, I think you'll do it correctly. Now, as I've already mentioned, in this particular case, I have dropped some, say, I have dropped some variables. Now we also might want to drop some observations. Say, for instance, we have 100 number of observations. We want to, suppose we want to delete the last 20. So how to do that? I'll just show it to you. Go to data, see, drop or keep observations. Now it's your choice. Like, say for instance, you want to retain the observations from 1 to 80, and then from 81 to 100 you want to drop. So you can either click on this one. If you click on this drop observations, then you have to specify here, say 81 to 100. On the other hand, if you click on this one, keep observations, then you have to specify from 1 to 80. Okay, so I'll show you both. So drop observations, you go to create. It will be, suppose, you don't have to create actually, because now I want to drop a range of observations. Say I want to drop the observations from 81 to 100. Okay, I click on OK. Now see, 20 observations deleted. Okay, now if I kind of summarize the variables, now you see you will have these observations for 80 only, like, I mean, the variables for 80 observations. Okay. Now suppose I will show you the other way around. I will just I mean, I will just close this data. Why? Because I don't want to lose this data. So I will just close this. I will again open it for you. So don't save, because I don't want to lose the deleted observations. I will again redone STATA, and I will load the data set. File open. So I'll summarize it. So we have 100. Now I have shown you how to drop observations. Now I will show you just the opposite, how to keep certain observations. Now I keep on click on keep. Now in this case I want to like get rid of the observations from 81 to 100. So that means I want to retain 1 to 80. So I click on this one, from 1 to what, 80. Age 80. Now I click on OK. Now see, 20 observations deleted. So basically it will do the same thing for you, but just with different names. Okay. Now I'll summarize it. I will summarize this. Yeah, just see, now you have the same 80 observations. So you can follow either syntax. It will give you the same result. So I will not I will not save it again, because I want the data in the original format. So I will again open STATA for you, and disabling data. Okay. Yeah, 100. Now this one, the saving variable in the string format, there are 100 observations, because STATA does not recognize it to be a numeric one. And for log of income we have log of consumption we have 98, because I have already told you there are 2 observations with negative consumption values, so the results will not be returned for them. So are you able to follow me till now? If you have any query, you can ask me directly. No, you don't have any query. Okay. Okay, I will open the do file. Open. Now I will also show you, like I have already shown you how to import data from Excel. So you can you can also export the data to Excel. Like you go to file, you click on export this time, and data to Excel spreadsheet. See, if you want to like export all the variables, you just leave this one empty. Then Excel file name, because I already have the same data set with this name. Say this saving Excel. I will give another name now. I will give another name. Yeah, suppose it's saving Excel 2. Sorry, I will just I'll put this here. Cut. I will put this here. Yes. Now see, now there are different options. See, like while you are transferring this data to Excel, you will want to have the name of the variables in the first row, right? So you click on this one, save variable names to the first row in Excel file. Then I click on OK. I click on OK. Then I go to my folder. I will just check where it gets saved. Suppose I go to this one, saving Excel 2. I don't know, this will be in download folder or what. No, it's not in download. Saving Excel. I'll just go to my folder, quick access, saving Excel. I'll just open this Excel file. I'll see where it is saved. I'll just cancel it. Yes, it is actually the file will be saved in the STATA folder, like where you have this STATA files. So it goes with this name, saving Excel 2, right? So I'll click on this. Yeah, now see, I have exported the data from STATA to Excel. So see, the first row gives the names of the variables, and from the second row we have this one. Okay, it's fine, no, not an issue. Okay. So is it fine up till now?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now till now I have been making use of this saving data set. Now let us just open the other data set that I have sent to you, the wage data. Okay, so I'll show the remaining operations using that data set. So I'll click on open. I have this data. Click on this one, wage, the wage to data. Are you all able to get hold of the data?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just like open it on STATA. Yeah. So I will describe this data set. So I just want to look at how the data looks. So see, as the description goes, this is a data with 935 observations on 7 variables. So it's all there only. Anyway, so this is the wage rate, monthly earnings. This is the working hours. This is the IQ level, then the knowledge of the world, work score. This is the years of education. Then we have this years of work experience, tenure and all. Then age of the person in years. Then so these are all these categorical variables, dummy variables with two categories. So the marital status, 1 if that person is married and 0 otherwise, 1 if black and 0 otherwise, south equal to 1 if that person lives in the south zone or 0 otherwise, and so on. So these are the number of siblings of that person, then the birth order of birth, then the mother's education and father's education, and this is the logarithm of the wage variable. It has already been given in the data set. Yeah. So I will now summarize this because I want to have a look at the distribution of data. So as you can see, this for wage, the minimum value is $115 and this is the maximum value. And then see this education and all. So like see wage and all, these are all continuous variables, but education and all, these are not continuous, these are discrete, but these have different categories. So like you have 9, you have 10, but you can't have like 9.5 or 10.5, something like that. So the lowest education of the individual is 9, and 18 is the highest number of education, and these are. And for the dummy variables for the south and urban, black and married, we have 0 and 1 because these are the categorical variables with 2 categories. So this is how the data looks. Now let us do something with the data visualization. So sometimes you may want to have a look at the visual representation of the data. Okay, so I'll just go to here. Now before moving on to the visual representation, let me also do something with the with the statistics. So I'll go to statistics. So we have the summaries, tables and tests. Then suppose I want to know the mean of the variable. Suppose I click on this one, mean. So what is the average value of wage for all the observations? Suppose I click on wage. Okay, wage. Then I click on OK. See, so this gives you the mean, the average of the wage variable for the 935 observations. Now we may also want to look if the wage rate, the average wage rate is varies according to some say some categories. Say we have the mean of the same variables. Now we'll go to this one, in or over. You want to look at the mean of the wage rate according to some certain groups. Say for instance, we want to check if the wage rate differs according to the race of the household, sorry, the individual. So if the individual is black, he takes a value 1 and 0 otherwise. Now I click on OK. Now see, so this is the overall mean of wage for all the observations. Once we split the observations into the black and the non-black, we have different values of the wage. As you can see, for those who are black, they have a lower wage rate, right? And for those who are who belong to the other category, they have a bit higher wage rate. So one thing you can say is that maybe there is some kind of discrimination for wage in terms of races maybe. So though it's not proper to like claim anything at this moment, but just for the matter of understanding we can say. So this is how the wage differs according to the black. Similarly, we might also want to look at the say for example say mean of, let us take another variable, mean of say education. So we want to see if the average education varies according to say marital status of the individuals. So if they are married, whether they are going to have a higher like higher number of education or what. So okay, now see, so it's almost like there's a negligible difference, almost same, like it does not matter whether one is married or not, the average education, years of education is same. Now you can also look at the same thing like from a kind of from a statistical perspective. So just go to this one, the same thing you do. Now you go to this one, classical test of hypothesis. So basically, so here we have looked at whether the there is any difference in the wage rate between say the married and the unmarried. We might also want to see if the difference, if there is any difference, whether the difference is significant or not from the statistical perspective. So for that purpose, you go to this tab, classical test of hypothesis. Then you go to this one, t-test, mean comparison test. Okay. Now here since we are concerned about kind of groups, we are concerned about two groups, married and unmarried. So we click on this one. Now we click on the variable that we want to look the statistics at. So we want the statistics for say the education variable. So the education variable, the mean of the education over this one, marital status. Okay. Now I click on OK. Now if you see the difference, in this case, in the earlier case, I just get to know about the mean for these two separate groups, but this time I also get to know whether the difference is significant or not. So technically speaking, like if you look at the just the value, there is no difference, but once you look at the difference like using this t-test, you can say that there is a slight difference, like I mean there is a difference, but that is significant. So this is significant at some 10% level. So I'm not going to discuss those in details now. Similarly, I will also do the same thing for the wage variable. So go to this one, classical test of hypothesis, and go to this one. Now I change this variable. I want to look at the wage variable and whether there is any difference in the wage rate between say the black and the non-black according to, sorry, yeah, this is the thing. Now see, so earlier if you see, this was the wage rate for the black and the non-black, right? So we want to see if this difference is really significant, and now we get this. See, this is statistically significant. So these are the null hypothesis, and for like I mean this is highly significant at 1% level because this p-value is less than 0.01. So this is how you undertake preliminary kind of test for the variables. So are you able to follow me till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now let us go to the visual representation of the data. Now click on this one, this tab. So we are done with all the statistical things. Now we go to this graphics. Suppose we want to look at this, the histogram. So it will give you the distribution of different variables Suppose we want to look at the distribution of the wage variable. Now, since this is a continuous variable, I have chosen the default option. Now there are different like options to view at the data. So this is the density. You can also want to like see it in a fractional form or in the percentage form. So I will stick to the default. Suppose I click on this one, and there are like you can specify the number of bins, but I have stick to the default in this case. So okay. Now see, you can see. Can you see this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, as you can see, it almost follows a normal distribution. So it's a bell-shaped distribution, but then it is kind of concentrated in this area. So it does not span over this area. So it's almost normal, but this is normal from say 0 to 2000, like almost. So it follows a normal distribution. So this is the mean of the distribution of the wage variable. Now we might also want to look at the same thing but across different groups. Say for instance, so this is the wage, this is the the specification that I have chosen. Now I go to this one, I go to this say for example, no, I go to say by. Now it will ask you this one, draw subgraphs for unique values of variables. Suppose we want to see whether there is any difference in the wage for the black and the non-black. So I click on this one, I click on this black, okay, I click on this black and I click on okay. Now see, so initially I got this distribution for the entire sample, but now STATA gives me the diagram for the two groups. So 1 denotes black and 0 denotes the non-black. So as you can see, for the black people, like there is a kind of like for certain I mean observations. So there is a concentration at around this 1000, around 1000, and the values are quite higher. Actually for the black, like the people who are non-black, for them the values are a bit higher. It goes beyond 2000 and almost up to 3000, but like so far as the height are concerned, it denotes the concentration of the number of individuals. So there is a pretty good number of say observations in the non-black category that have a mean income of wage rate of less than 1000. But for the black people, there is a smaller fraction of individuals than this one to have wage around this 1000. So that's how you can you can represent your data in a visual form. So is it fine till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now suppose so we are done with the histogram thing. Now let me go to the scatter plot. So when you have two continuous variables, you might also want to look at their the association. So I will create this. So suppose I want to look at the scatter plot for two variables. Now it's your choice how, like I mean whom you want to consider as the x variable or the y variable. Say suppose in this case I would like to specify the variable. I would like to specify the dependent variable as say for instance education. Okay, because I want to see if there is any if wage depends on education. So I'll independent variable. Sorry, I will specify the y variable as wage because to be dependent on education, and I specify the independent variable as the education. Okay, now I'll sort on x variable because I would like ways to depend on education. I'll just click on this and then I accept. Okay, I click on OK. Now see, this is how it looks. This is not really an increasing trend, but somehow we can see a bit of increasing trend, slight trend as as the years of education increases, like from say 9 to 18. There is a slight increase in the wage rate also. I mean, there is a slight increase. That is not really that much visible.
Ma'am, can you repeat this? Like, which type
Yes.
of graph is this?
This is a scatter plot. Just let me again do it. Go to graphics. Go to graphics. There is two-way graph. So suppose because I have already defined this, I go to create again. Now see, there are different options being shown. There's a scatter plot, there is a line plot, there's a bar plot. So if I click on scatter, okay, then I select the variables. So wage is the dependent variable and x is the. Suppose this time I don't choose education, I will choose suppose the age. So I will want to see whether relationship between the wage rate and the age of an individual. So I'll sort on this one and okay. What is it showing, by the way? Monthly earnings. Okay, it is coming. Actually, I have specified two graphs. That's why. Just wait. Yeah, two-way scatter. I will have to I will disable this plot 1, and I will just stick to this one. I will just check. So scatter plot, wage and age. I accept. Yes, I accept, and I click on OK. Yeah, now see. So this one y-axis shows you the monthly earnings, and this x-axis shows you the age in year, age of the person in years. So as you can see, there is no significant difference. I mean, this is almost a straight trend, right? So your age really does not matter, in respect of your earnings. So this is the scatter plot. And suppose if you want to say, for instance, if you want to change the nature of the plot, I go to plot 2 again. I go to edit. Suppose this time I choose this one, line plot, okay, and I accept. Let me see how it looks. No, it does not look nice. See, like you have this. I mean, you have this age, and this gets connected. So we really don't want want it to have it in this way. This does not really look nice. So basically, depending on your requirement, you can specify the plots. Okay. So is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, second. Okay. Okay. Now there is another type of graph. So I have shown you the histogram. Then I have shown you the scatter plot. Now I'd show you this one, this box plot. So this is also kind of it gives you the variables according to some categories. So suppose I want to see if the wage rate, if there is any difference in wage rate for certain categories. Suppose I specify here group 1. So the first grouping variable that I want to have is say, for instance, suppose I want to see whether the wage rate differs according to marital status of an individual. Okay, so I click on OK. See, yes, now see. So this denotes the unmarried people, and this denotes the segment of the married population. Okay. Now if you can see, the wage rate is a bit higher, I mean, the median is a bit concentrated at a higher level for this group than this group. Okay, and so far as these are concerned, these are the outliers. So outliers are those values which are kind of in the extreme position. So these are either too high or either too low. So these will be kind of left alone in the data. So STATA will not consider the outliers for executing our programs. So this is how the distribution of the wage looks according to marital status. Now I'll again go back to the specification, and this time what I'll do is I will yes. So I will stick to this one. Now see, I want to further kind of categorize my groups. So now I have two groups, married and unmarried. Now I will define my second grouping variable. Now suppose I want to see whether apart from the marital status, the wage rate also differs according to the suppose the location of the household. Suppose urban and rural. So urban takes a value 1 and rural takes a value 0. Now I will click on OK. Now see, if you notice, the first variable that I have defined is married, right? So this is the first variable that I have defined the categorization of her. So this is married. So this left side denotes the unmarried people, and 1 denotes the married population. And among the unmarried, you again have the distribution of the the individuals according to whether they belong to rural area or urban area. So this is the left side is for the unmarried, and the right side is for the married. For the unmarried, you have this rural, and for the urban. So this is the unmarried rural observations and unmarried urban, so the individuals. And similarly for the married also you have these groupings, married and rural, married and urban. So this way you can kind of you can partition your individuals or observations into different groups. So now if you see for the observations who are married and who reside in urban areas, their mean is a bit higher than the other groups, okay. And for the unmarried and for those who live in rural areas, the mean is a bit lower. So at this moment I cannot give any reason for this, but this is how the data looks like. So if you again if you again want to specify further categorizations, you can go to this one. Sorry, you can go to this box plot, and you can again click on this one. Now suppose I want to increase my categories. So earlier I had 2 categories, now I have 4 categories, and if I specify this variable also, I will have I think I will have 8 categories. Now suppose I want to see if there is any difference in the wage rate according to the marital status, according to the type of residence, and according to the racial status, okay. So I click on this. Now see, it will give me so many categories, okay. So like so this is the left side. The left side is for unmarried, this is for the married. Then among the unmarried we have this rural, urban. Then for married we have rural, urban, and further according to their racial status we have this 0 is the non-black, 1 is the black. So non-black, black, non-black, black, and non-black, black. So we have kind of 8 categories: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, that way. So that way it looks a bit clumsy. So I mean we may not want this kind of categorization, but this is for the sake of showing you how to do this. So are you able to follow me till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll just close. Yeah, I'll just close this graph, and now let me just come to the last part. So I'm almost done. So now I'll show you how to do simple regression. So we have explained the basic operation of the software. Then we have gone through the the basic statistics and all. Then the graphical thing is also done. Now I would like to show you how you can carry out simple regression model. So here also you can go to the, I mean, for the first time users, I would suggest you to I mean, not to write the command manually, but to go to the statistics tab. You go to this one. Suppose we want to fit a linear model. Okay, so I click on this linear regression. Now why linear? if you notice here, the wage variable is in dollars. So that is a continuous variable. And so for continuous variable, we usually run linear models. So I specify the dependent variable here. This is wage, and I would like to I would like to see if wage depends on some other variables. Say for instance, I would like to examine if wage depends on the education status of an individual. So I click on OK. I click on OK and I have some result. Okay. So if you can see, wage is the dependent variable, and then we have the education variable. Okay, this is the coefficient and this is the significance, like this is the p-value. So as you can see, when the p-value is less than 0.01, we say that it is significant at 1% level. And these are the number of observations. These are the F statistics, and so these are some R square, like it shows how well your model is being fitted. So this is just a general overview of the results, and this is the constant of the model. Now I'd like to add more variables to my model. Suppose I go to this one, I click on the linear regression, and then I just add more variables to my model. So let me add the other variables also. Hours worked, IQ level, this one, then experience, tenure, age, and all. So yeah. Now okay. Now see. Now I get the coefficients, the effect of these variables on the wage. Almost all of them are significant except the age variable. Okay. Now I'd also like to add some more variables. This is the linear model, linear regression. Yes. Now see, so far these were categorical variables. Sorry, continuous variables. Now I would like to add some categorical variables. Now, if you add categorical variables, you have to specify to STATA, because until and unless you specify to STATA like the nature of categorical variable, it will treat your variable as continuous only. So that will not be that will not be correct for matters of inference. So you go to this step. So this is a factor variable. So these categorical variables are known as factor variables. So variable 1, suppose I specify this variable, this marital status. Now base. Now it will ask you like which one is the base that you would like to have. Now see that for those people who are married, I mean they take a value 1 and 0 otherwise. So in our case, we'd like to see whether relative to those who are unmarried, the married people have any advantage so far as wage is concerned. So though the specification of the base depends on your work, but for this workshop I will just stick to the default base. So the people who have a 0 value, they will be the base category, and the people who are married will get their value compared to those people who are unmarried. Now I add to the variable list. Once we add this to the variable list, just wait. Yes, see, this gets added. Okay, this variable gets added. Okay. So you might also want to add another factor variable. Say we want to add this particular variable, say urban. Okay. So the base is the default base. Sorry, not first, the default one. Okay, default. So add to var list. I click OK, and then I click submit. Now see, now I will get the result for these variables. So if you see this one, the merit, so I get the coefficient for those people who are married. Okay. Now compared to whom? Compared to those who are unmarried. Similarly, this is the wage for the household, sorry, the individuals who reside in the urban areas relative to those individuals who reside in the rural areas. So this is how you carry out the simple regression. Now there is another way you can do this. I mean, now sometimes you might want to have a look at the results according to certain categories. So this is how you need to specify. You go to this one, you go to linear models and related, click on the linear regression, and then suppose I remove this variable, I remove this one. Let me just remove it. Now I want to look at the effects of these variables on the wage variable according to some categories. Okay. Now suppose I want to have the results for according to marital status. Now I click on OK. If I click on OK, if you see, STATA will give you two tables. One for the individuals who are unmarried and one for those who are married. Now if you see the number of observations, so for the entire data we have say 935 observations, but once you split the data according to marital status, there are 100 observations in the sample in the data set who are not married. So we'll get this separate table for this number of individuals, and for the remaining individuals who are married we'll get the result of the regression for for the married section. So this is how you do. Now once you because you are doing this in a log file, your commands will get stored. So next time what you do, you just you just copy this command, and then you just copy paste it. You can also save it in the do file editor. I'll just click run. Now see, like you don't have to go to the command tab every time to execute your operations. You can only copy paste it. So are you able to follow me till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. If you have any queries, you can just ask me. Okay. Now this is how you do a simple regression. Now I'll just like I have just one last thing to show, then maybe I will just wrap up. Excuse me. Now this is how you do the simple operations. Now sometimes you might want to kind of join two data sets. You have two different data sets and you want to join it. So there are two different ways of doing it. I'll show you. Let me just close this data for the time being. I will again open STATA for you. I will again open it for you. Go to desktop, STATA data. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'll open the do file because I have the command stored for me. Now you open the same data set, the second one. You go to file. Okay, you go to file, open. Yeah, this wage2 data. So I will just again describe it just to see if I have all the variables in their place. Yes, I have this number of observations, and now there are two ways of combining two data sets. See, you go to data, you combine data sets, then there are two options. Okay, merge two data sets and append two data sets. So I'll show you each one of this. So in the first case, what happens is that, so see, basically suppose you have two different data sets, but you want to combine the data sets in such a way that you want to have more variables. Suppose in the data set number 1, you have information on some variables for this suppose 935 individuals. Then on another data set you have information on the other variables. Suppose in the first case you have information from wage to age, okay, for 935 observations, and in the second data set you have information on these variables for the same observations. So in merging, what you do, you just combine this. So you combine different variables for the same observations, okay, using two different data sets. So since I do not have any ready-made data set, so what I will do, I will just delete some variables from this list to show you how to do it. So suppose I do it. Suppose I drop some variables. So I will show how to combine. When I drop it, suppose I drop these variables: married, black, south, urban. Okay, then siblings, this one. So I drop these variables. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I drop almost 9 variables. So when I drop 9 variables, so in the current data set, I will have these variables only: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 variables. 9 I have deleted. Now I will save this data set because I don't want to lose the original. I will just click on save as, and I will do this. I will click on which data set. Suppose I click on the first. Okay, I click on first. Okay, so suppose this is the first data set. I have information on 935 individuals on these variables. Now I again open the original data set. I open it. When I open it, I click on this one. Now see, I have the original. Now just as I have deleted some variables, I will again drop some more variables. This time I will go in the reverse direction. So now I will drop what? I will drop the variables which have not been deleted. Okay, so I will drop this one: wage, hours, IQ, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So see, earlier I deleted these variables. Now I am going to delete this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Now see. Now I will again save this data. I will give it a new name because I don't want to lose the original. Now I will write wage 2. Now I'll write it as second. Okay. See. So what I have done is I have splitted my original data into 2 parts. So one part has information on the 935 observations on some variables, and the remaining part has information on the other variables on the same observation. So I want to club these 2 splitted data sets into one. Now I will do it in the following way. I just close this. I again open STATA. So I click what? Now see, what I want to do is I want to club the 2 data sets together that I have splitted. Okay. So what I want to do is I will first click on this one. So this is the first data set I have. Then with this data set I want to add another one. Okay. So now I go to data, I go to combine data sets, I go to merge 2 data sets. Now see, it will give you different options. So but note that since kind of in our case we have the same observations and we have information on different variables. So all we want to do here is we want to kind of club this together, rather than selecting particular variable. So what we do, we merge the data sets so that the same individuals will be kind of, the same individual will be in its own position along with the different variables. So I will click on this one-to-one by observation. Now this is the first data set. So you want to add another data set with it. So you click on this one, browse. So when you browse it, what you will do, you will add the data set, the second one, the second one that I have created, open. So with this we'll be merging this one. Okay. Now see, if you see properly, you get hold of the original data. Like the original we started the wage 2 data, you just split up into 2 parts based on variables, and now these 2 are merged together. So if I again summarize it, you can see we have the same number of observations and we have the same variables as before. So this is how you merge 2 different data sets. Okay. So are you able to follow till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, when will they use one to many and many to many
Yeah,
during merge?
actually, see, I mean, if you just look at, I mean, if there is a command called, I mean, whenever you are stuck with any problem, you just click help and that particular command. So if I click this, STATA will give me a kind of window. See, you can have a look at this, I mean, later on also, like you go to this STATA, you know, you just have a look at the, like you just Google search it. You will have it in the STATA website itself. So if I, okay, let me go to the description. See, so this is the task of this Mars command. It joins corresponding observations from the data set currently in memory. So the data set that we have, like the first data set, that is called the master data set. And the one that we are using for the merging purpose, the second one, we call it the using data set. Okay, matching on one or more key variables. So this is the task of this merge command. See, merge can perform match merges, one to one, one to many, joins by data set. So there are different types of this one. Suppose like, just to clarify your thing, if I go to the file, I open the first dataset, suppose. Okay, let me just save it as another save. No, I want to save it with a different name. File, save as service. So file, open. So I will open the first dataset again. Where is to first? Okay, so now suppose I go to data again. I go to combine datasets. So this is the last one that I have chosen. It says that we match all the variables like by observation. So basically what happens is that suppose you have one person, so and we have information on this particular person for 17 different variables. So one data set will give information on 9 variables and the other data set will give information on the 8 variables. So for that one individual, we want to have all those all those variables together. So that's why it says that one to one to observation. If I click on say one to one on key variables, now suppose I specify something. Suppose I specify the wage variable. If I click on this one, and this is the same data set that I would like to merge. Oh, variable wage not found. Oh, acha, yeah, here wage is not there. It's there only, just wait. Okay, data, combine data sets, merge to data sets. It says these variables are not found. Just wait. Suppose if I click on this, okay, it says not found. So see, like what I'm trying to say is, see in this particular case, the way I have splitted the data sets actually demands this kind of command. I mean, the matching that I have performed just now, sorry, the merging that I have performed. So merge two data sets. So in my case, if you note, my data set has been splitted in such a way that I have the same number of observations, the same individuals into different data sets in different variables. So I have to specify this one. But the moment I click on this, then if I specify something, then I mean STATA shows some error. So it is basically because this is one way by which I have splitted my data sets. Okay. So if you suppose if I do many to many on key variables, I will just check if this is done. Suppose I do on wage. It is not found. So for for executing like the other merging commands, your data set should be designed in a different manner. So I'll look for that actually. So this is like I have created the data set on my own. So is it all right if I I mean send you any materials afterwards? Just to clarify you, okay?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Yeah. So this particular this particular merging is applicable to the data set that I have in hand. So now let me open the initial data set again, and now I'll show you the other command, the append command. So this is this wage variable, sorry, this data set. Yeah, so I have the same variable. Now see, in merging what we do, we club two data sets. We just club two data sets using different variables. So we have a complete data sets afterwards. But in append what we do, suppose you have 935 observations. It could be the case that you have the values of the variables for say the first 500 observations. Okay, so you have in one data set you have the information for the first 500 individuals, and in the second data set you have the information for the remaining observations, say from 501 to the 935. So your data set is split in terms of individuals, not in terms of variables. So in that case, what we want to do is we would like to kind of join the two data sets together, append. Okay. So how to do it? I'll again kind of manipulate my data in some way. Suppose I have 935 observations. Now I will drop some of the observations. Okay. So this time I'm not going to delete the variables. I'll go to data, create or change data. Say I will keep observations. So I will keep observations from what? I want to create my first data set using the first 500 observations. I will keep observations. I click on OK. Now I will summarize. I summarize. I will see that now I have 500 observations. See, now I have 500 observations only. So I will save this data set, giving a new name, file save as. So it is say it is wage only, but say for example, suppose it is for the appending purpose, I will keep it as 1. So now this is the data set. I have kind of the data sets based on the observation. So there will be the first 500 observations one one suppose room, and the remaining observations come in different room. So I have splitted my data set. Now I will open the same data set again. I will open, and now see, I will again summarize. Yes, now I have 9. Now what I will do is I will kind of retain the remaining observations from 5 to 935. So I again go to data. I go to this one. I go to keep observations. So now what I will do is I would like to for my second data set, like to retain the observations numbered from 501 to 935. 935. If you increase, you will not get any like option, because this is the last one that you have. If you reduce it, you will get some option. Okay, so 935. Now I click on OK. Now see, now the first 500 observations are deleted, and this is basically what we want for our case. If I summarize it, I will just summarize it for you. And now see, we have 435, and for samples, you have a lesser number of observations, maybe because you have some missing data. Okay, so that's fine. I will save this data set, file, save as. So this I will name wage to append to. Save. Okay. Now I will I'll open the first data set, because I would like to merge the first with the second, or the second with the first. So whatever we want, that is up to us. But I will first open this one, and then with this I would like to add the other second data set. So I will go to data. I will go to combine data sets. I will go to append. I will go to append, and then see append data sets on this to current data set. So this is the current data set that I have opened, the first 500 observations. So I will browse now. I will browse, and what I will add is to the first one I would like to add the second one. So I will click on this one, append to. Now open. Now what is there are some options. Keep all variables from appending dataset. Variables to be kept from appending dataset. No, it's fine. Let us just stick to the default. Now I click on OK. Okay, now see, now hopefully the two datasets has got added together. Now I will summarize. Now you see there are 935. So in the first stage I have created the dataset with 500 observations, and the second dataset with the remaining 435 observations. And when I merge the first one with the second one, I arrive at the original dataset with 935 observations. So that is the task with the of the append function. So for merging purpose, you merge according to the variables, and for appending purpose you append on observations. So yeah, I would like to again save it, save as. Just append. Okay, so these are the tasks, like I mean this is how the merge and the append command works. So so in the basically like when you have access to some secondary data, or even when you undertake primary survey, you might have information kind of disclosed to you in this particular format. So maybe there is some enumerator who is collecting data from, say, some families on some variables, and you are going to collect from a different set of observations. Then your friend will have like one data set at his hand, and you will have another data set. And in that case, your these commands come handy. You can use these commands to kind of club to data sets depending on whether you want to have it on in terms of observations or in terms of variables. So yeah, so this was all for today. Like, so are you able to follow me till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I mean these are the basics that I have like intended. Like I have started from the scratch, and I mean these are the basic foundation. Like once you are acquainted with this, you can do your own. Like you can just adapt your existing knowledge, and you can just start exploring. And once you start exploring, you will understand it better, and I'm sure you will fall in love with the software just as I do.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
I had a query, like I
yeah.
posted that on chat as well. Like,
Yeah.
can we perform cluster analysis as well? If yes, then can you please like do one, or like just any small one?
Cluster analysis actually, I mean, the people who are undertaking primary surveys, they will know it better. Like for my study, I'm using secondary data, but yeah, I will. You can do like, see, once you get hold of the basics, there are different, like I mean, there are different commands, so you can just explore them all. Okay. There are different things. So basically, see, like as I've mentioned, like I have learned all these things on my own. So because I did many mistakes in the past, so I learned from my mistakes. So what I would like to suggest you is, in your free time, you can go to, like, you can load any data set. You can go to your to STATA browser, and you can kind of explore by yourself. So if you find that something is not working for you, you can just go to STATA website, and there are a lot of the FAQs being resolved there. You can just Google search it, and I mean you'll just maybe you'll get a good solution to your problem. You can do everything. Like since
sure, I get it, ma'am.
Yeah, since I haven't
please if possible, can you share this working file as well, if that doesn't hamper like your data sharing?
That one, that do file, yes, I can share it.
Yeah,
so I can share it here only. Okay, actually my laptop battery is also going down. Like, But it's fine. Like, and we can be there for some more minutes. No,
Like
no issue.
I guess all of us would be wanting just two things: the recording and one working file. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I hope this workshop has been helpful to you to some extent, because this is also the first time that I'm conducting a workshop.
Indeed, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, so Rubeka, the recording for the workshop, it will be uploaded later to the SAB YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it will be accessible to everybody there.
Mm.
And Pallavi will be forwarding some material to me later, which will be sent to all of you.
Yes,
Along
yes.
with, I think if you need the working file as well, that can be sent as well.
Yes, yes. I'll send the do file also.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Did anybody have any other questions that they wanted to ask? If not, we can just wrap up.
And for any queries, like you can also mail me, or like I will be there at the department. Like hopefully the situation comes back to normal. So I'll be there. You can mail me, or sometimes you can just meet me in person. No issue.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I guess we are done for today. It was a great workshop, Pallavi. Really learned a lot. Thank you everybody for participating. If you guys have any queries later on, as Pallavi has mentioned, you can contact her. You can contact me as well for any like queries or doubts you might have. So yeah, thank you everybody.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.